Hi everyone, today I'm going to break down something that can seem a bit complex in the world of cryptocurrency Ethereum gas fees. If you've ever used Ethereum, you might have noticed these gas fees popping up, so let's dive into it and understand what they are in simple terms. What is gas, anyway? First off, what exactly is gas? When you hear the word gas, you probably think of fuel, like what goes into a car to make it go. Gas on the Ethereum network works in a similar way. In this case though, gas isn't a physical fuel, it's just the name given to the cost or fee required to make transactions and run applications on Ethereum's blockchain. So every time you make a transaction on Ethereum, you're basically saying, I want this transaction to happen, but it takes resources for the network to actually make it happen, and to pay for those resources, you use gas. Why do we need gas fees? Think of Ethereum as a big decentralized computer that's constantly running programs, transactions, and applications. These programs take up space and energy, so people who provide their computers, known as miners, need an incentive to do the hard work of verifying transactions and keeping everything running smoothly. That's where gas fees come in. Gas fees are the reward for these miners, or, in more recent developments, validators, who make sure the Ethereum network functions safely and efficiently. How are gas fees calculated? So now we know gas fees are necessary to make transactions happen on Ethereum. But how are they actually calculated? Here's the simple breakdown. A gas fee is the product of two things: gas limit and gas price. Gas limit. This is like a cap you set on how much gas you're willing to use for a transaction. Think of it as the maximum number of steps you're telling the Ethereum network you're willing to pay for. If you're doing something simple, like sending Ether, the currency on Ethereum, your gas limit will be lower. But if you're running a more complex program, you'll need a higher gas limit. Gas price. This is the amount of Ether you're willing to pay per unit of gas, kind of like the price per gallon of gasoline for your car. It varies based on demand. The more people using the network at the same time, the higher the gas price goes, because there's more competition to get transactions verified. Put those two together, gas limit and gas price, and you get your total gas fee. The impact of network congestion. Now here's where it can get a bit tricky. Because Ethereum is so popular, there are often a lot of people trying to use the network at the same time, and this competition can drive up gas prices. Think of it like rush hour on the freeway. The more cars on the road, the slower everything goes, and people are willing to pay more to get through faster. The same thing happens on Ethereum. When more people are using the network, it can cost more to get your transaction processed quickly. What's the goal of gas fees in Ethereum 2.0? Ethereum is constantly evolving, and developers are working to make it better, especially with the new version, Ethereum 2.0. One of the main goals of Ethereum 2.0 is to make transactions cheaper and more efficient. By using a different process called proof of stake instead of proof of work, the network will rely less on miners, which should help lower the overall cost of transactions. How can you lower your gas fees? There are ways to avoid high gas fees. For example, if you notice that gas fees are really high, you can wait for a less busy time to make your transaction. Generally, fees tend to be lower during off-peak hours when fewer people are using the network. So, in summary, gas fees on Ethereum are what make transactions possible. They pay for the work done by miners or validators, ensuring that the network remains secure and that transactions are processed. While these fees can sometimes seem frustrating, they play a crucial role in keeping Ethereum decentralized and secure. And that's the basics of gas fees in Ethereum. Hopefully this has cleared things up a bit. Remember, as the technology evolves, these fees will likely become more manageable. In the meantime, knowing how they work can help you plan your transactions a bit more wisely.